Okay, so good morning. I've come up to Bristol today. Just drove up along the A37, pretty busy road. And the reason I've come up is because I get a lot of criticism sometimes from the fact I live out in the countryside. And so I thought I'd come up and ride around Bristol for a couple hours just to get a little bit of footage of how to cycle safely around a big city. So literally just on the outskirts now, heading towards a place called Whitchurch, and from there I'm going to drop down to the centre. Post van behind, coming over again. I'm going to drop down to the centre of Bristol and try and use some of the busy roads. Got a double-decker bus coming, probably the 376. Let's see, indicating, overtaking, move left, stop pedalling, let the guy get past, gave me plenty of space, and then I pedal on. So I recently commented on a video by a vlogger called Robin Hood, who actually does seem like a pretty decent guy, but in this video he I'm trying to concentrate on traffic. He had a bus on his right in the right hand lane, and he was right back by the back wheels, and the bus was indicating left to pull over. Now I've commented on this video a few times, and personally I would have actually just dropped back and gone around the bus, but for some reason Robin thought it was safer to just continue pedaling up the inside. I don't think it's very courteous, you know. Highway code does say to let buses pull in, pull out, and to me this makes a lot of sense, you know. Cyclists help reduce congestion in towns and cities, and so do buses. People getting around by bus, it helps reduce congestion. It's a bit of a novelty for someone who lives in the countryside. I've actually got a cycle path. Now as I approached, I'm going to wait, this guy in front's indicating left. As I approached this set of traffic lights, heading towards the ASL box, they turned to green. There was a car right at the front of the traffic indicating left, so I just hung back, let him turn. He was being very good, hanging back. Okay, just conscious of where cars are going. Yeah, plenty of space. Yeah, so I think actually that's a good example of where that ASL line and the encouragement to filter people to the front is not such a good idea. Just going to pull in line here, stopping at some traffic lights. Away from the side of the road. I just want to get that position so when we get going again, there we go, just get up to speed with the traffic. We're approaching some parked cars. Okay, back up to speed. Gap's starting to open up now, and I've got a cycle lane approaching. Woohoo! Pretty novel. I'm just going to actually ride well within myself along here because it's narrow. I'll come out a bit because I don't want to be right in that door zone while there's no traffic behind. I'm actually easily keeping up with the traffic here. I'm going to move over, get this car past. So going? Go on mate, you can do it. Okay, so back in my cycle lane. It's not problems with cycle lanes, and this is actually quite a decent wide one, is it makes people, especially when the traffic's flowing, encourages cyclists to ride to the left when really they need to be riding out. And the problem with that is visually it causes conflict. Drivers are going to expect cyclists to be in that cycle lane, especially uneducated, poorly educated drivers which, you know, in fairness, I have no interest, I don't know, football, so it'd be like someone saying, well, that guy was offside. Well, I have no idea, I had no interest. So a lot of drivers, yes, they should be able to drive up to a standard, but many of them pass the tests way, like myself, before all these cycle infrastructure started to get put in place. So yeah, don't be surprised when someone tries to tell you that they think you should be in the cycle path. Personally, I just ignore them and just get on with it. Most people, when they get a certain age, get very fixed, rigid views. I think arguing with a motorist on the side of the road over it, it's pretty pathetic. You know, yes, you know you're right, but they don't, and they're just either naive, uneducated, or sometimes a bit of a dick. Either way, I don't really care. So now I'm in a bus lane, although this time of day actually anybody can use it, and it's quite surprising when you drive up here how many people don't. Again, little cycle lane for me so I can filter to the front, but I don't know, this seems totally pointless. I got all these vehicles behind me who pass this point and got to overtake. Okay, we're off. Interesting point there, you probably just hear those mopeds pulling away. I'm just riding gently, watching what that van's doing, going to come out into a prime position. Now, personally, this would have been a much safer place for me, back near the lights, being in prime, to pull away and then re-putting the cycle path back to left once you're past. I mean, as it is, there is no cycle path here now, keeping up with traffic. So, yeah, there's a lot more traffic about than what I'm used to, but in fairness, this is much more easier traffic to manage because my road position can really help deter bad passes because there just isn't the space. But at the same time, Van's been behind me a while, giving me good space. Just going to let him past what is quite a wide bit of road. Cars are moving slow, still leaving a reasonable amount of space on my left. And at slow speeds, you know, these passes, easy manageable with your minnow. So now I'm in a bus lane. Still getting, this is Monday to Friday 7 to 10. As a driver, I'm conscious that people come left in this lane because of traffic in the outside lane. Obviously legal to do it because it's not a bus lane operation at the moment. Right, bus ahead, stopping, indicating, checking, going, nice and easy. Back to the bus lane. Oh, pedestrian. Again, I'm cycling well within myself. There's a lot, compared to like when I'm normally on the country roads, there's a lot going on here. Car coming up, indicating, Audi letting me in, thank you, and back into the bus lane. Yeah, it's pretty pointless. I'm just going to carefully pass down the inside of these vehicles, looking for indicators. They may wish to change lanes. Down through the light, and that guy's turning. Okay, back into the lane I need to go, just checking my mirror. All clear. Again, I got, nice free lane on the left. Oh, it's pretty amazing really actually, because just coming down to Temple, well, this is called Three Lanterns, and then we're down to Temple Meads in Bristol, where it usually does get quite a bit busy, but just riding within myself, conscious where everybody's going. Oh, a bus lane, get a green light. Still says give way though, so I'm just going to check where these motorbikes are going. There's one, there's two, let them in. Actually, I probably should have slowed up a bit more there, because now I know the road. I don't know this road to cycle on. Now I'm aware, actually, there was a giveaway junction. Probably like most cyclists, other people, with that green light, they'll probably just come straight out, which is not ideal, really. So anyway, approaching the lights. I'm just going to stay central here. I'm going to ignore that bus lane. Alright, just going to come into the side now. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give that bike lane a try, making sure I'm in prime at the front, keeping an eye on the lights. Now let's be interested to see if the car behind tries to get past me quickly, because ahead it's all clear. Alright, let's go. And I'm in the wrong gear. So now, car ahead, car behind, that's behaving. Oh, he's turning left. Right, I'm glad I didn't go in that left-hand lane there, because that guy there was turning left. I do think these position of ASLs is pretty shit, because if I was waiting left on that ASL line, potentially could have got left hook there. I do think, personally, I think 3 or 4 car lengths back, put the ASL and don't have any filtering past it, and then you're not putting yourself at risk of arriving when the lights change, or there you go. Right, so this is the centre of Bristol. More lights. More lights. Let's ease up. One van behind, as you probably can see, or is it car or whatever it is, silver thing. Waiting for the lights to change. Right, let's go. Right, I'm at the front of a queue, so might be potential. So what I'm going to do is, let's change lanes here if I can. So let's see if anybody's going to let me out. Okay, there we go. So right, changing lanes mainly because this is usually a little bit busier this way. Taking prime position. Me behind. Turn in. It's actually a nice quiet day today in Bristol. Apologise for not actually turning up. Bus lane. All for me. So city centre riding so far. Pretty easy. So use a cycle lane. Yeah, I don't think that's such a good thing. It's putting me right over to the left for no reason. And again, I'm not going to filter to the front of this junction with it just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, let's let that motorbike go to the front, because I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around traffic like that. I just want to be able to pull away nice, safe, steady speed. I think the box, I'm 2 car lengths back, and the motorbike's in the ASL box, 2 car lengths back, and hopefully, as we pull away, we'll be able to keep a decent distance from that van, which means the black Vauxhall behind ain't really going to want to pass me, not until we're up to speed. In fairness, when you're moving along, it's not so bad. It's just that getting up to speed that. There you go, motorbike's gone. We're pulling away slowly. Van straight in front of me. Car to my right, keeping an eye. Car still behind. Car still behind. There we go. Just move left, let him pass, and back out. I don't even know whether there's meant to be a cycle path there or what. I'm going to go straight on, and again, I'm not going to use the ASL box. There's one car in front, the car that actually I've just let get past. There's the only car in front of me. This is the centre of Bristol now, Cabot Circus. It's a big shopping area. Pretty light on traffic. It's a shame because in a way I wanted to be busy on traffic. That said, you know, obviously if you're commuting, you can pick your rides so that generally not too bad. I'm just going to move over left, get this car behind past, and into the bus lane. So, yeah, it's actually, to be honest, got a laugh so far, right around the centre of Bristol, and I'm purposely going in some of the worst areas, or which usually when you're driving. Got a bus turned in behind me now, right in prime. Deter and overtake. Lights ahead, so not much point. Bus pulling in, and again I'm just going to stick in prime. Car ahead, just who went past, pulled in front, not a problem. Why people make such a big fuss about let's get in front? Personally, I prefer, the bus pulling out, personally I prefer to have vehicles in front of me, and again as we pull away from the lights, I'm getting up to speed, and now the get space starting to open up and close again, and back to some lights. So it's all stop start riding, and to be honest, so far nothing difficult. I've got bus lane, load of buses parked in it, indicating out in front of the bus, no problem. Bus pulling out ahead, just gonna let him go. There we go, so just slowed up, let out and indicating back, purposely taking the worst ambulance behind, sorry. Didn't put his sirens on. Too busy trying to talk to you guys. And off we go. Got a taxi behind, so just going to be aware that he's probably going to want to pass me. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to actually go there and go after you, mate. Just let the taxi driver know that I'm happy for him to go first. Me and him are the only two vehicles in the bus lane, so yeah, let him get past. I don't want to be cycling ahead of him when he wants to get on and do his job. Go, mate, after you. Hands up. So, first interaction with a taxi driver there. I've let him past, and now with another set of lights I'm just going to pull up behind him, you know. And this goes back to some of the bits about being courteous. Get people past when you can. It's safer for us because now, although this is a wide old bus lane, so yeah, no real problems. So again, this is scooting round the outskirts of Cabot Circus. Coming up right, you have across the road. It's quite a new thing for me, having one huge, great big lane just for me. Buses, taxis, and they're quiet. So quiet. In fact, there's a bit of beeping going on. I'd rather be here than up there. And again, I'm just taking it steady. In fact, I've got, totally missed the lights, I've got a give way sign. So that means, yeah, I can get going sooner. It's pretty handy. Got a bus turned in behind me now. Right in prime. Deter and overtake. Lights ahead, so not much point. Bus pulling in. And again, I'm just going to stick in prime. Car ahead, just who went past, pulled in front, not a problem. Why people make such a big fuss about let's get in front? Personally, I prefer, the bus pulling out, personally I prefer to have vehicles in front of me. And again, as we pull away from the lights, I'm getting up to speed. And now the get space starting to open up and close again. And back to some lights. So it's all stop start riding. And to be honest, so far nothing difficult. I've got bus lane, load of buses parked in it, indicating out in front of the bus, no problem. Bus pulling out ahead, just gonna let him go. There we go, so just load up, let out an indicating bus. Pulling away from the bus stop. I just try and think where I should go from here really, because let's follow the bus round. Go down that way. I have no idea where this is going. So again, just being patient. I know, bus, cycle path, there we go. No entry, but I've got a little cycle path. What's the good thing about you guys who commute regularly is the fact you know where you're going, whereas me at the moment, I have no idea where I'm going. So I might try and work my way round up over Park Street. Don't know, out towards Criticals there maybe, a bit busier. Yeah, as I think I was saying before I got distracted and not wanting to look too much of an idiot talking while there's lots of people about. Let's take a right here, I reckon. Yeah, is that when you're riding around big town cities for a commute, you can pick up all the little back roads that are quiet, that little bit of knowledge of where you can go and what have you. I seem to come to a dead end, but not to worry, just get off and get back onto the main road. Aha. The trouble is I know this road by car but not by bike, and in fairness it's quite a bit different. Like this, let's just go. Everybody stopped. I want to go this way. So yeah, I'm going to go up Park Street. This is like really the main centre of Bristol, and in fairness, I know you guys say it's busy, but you just deal with the vehicles around you at any one time. You know, you're just a bit like even in the countryside, you're just dealing with one vehicle near you at a time. So anyway, pulling away, being in the centre of the town, traffic's slow, nice and easy. Taking a prime position, there's no space for the car behind to get in front. So in general, I'm going to swing over to go up Park Street, let the car that started to pass, and then make my way up here. Now I'm pretty sure there's a cycle path. I'm going to take it because you're going slow. What's the point in someone spending thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds putting in these facilities to just cause more conflict? Now again, the problem I've got is I don't actually know where this all goes, and I want to go up Park Street. So back on to the road. Working my way up. A beautiful day as well. Lovely, thank you. I was going to let him go first, but he stopped. Let me go first. So it's a nice wide road. Just going to stay left a little bit. It's not much point. Pretty out our limit. Vehicles generally driving along slowly. One of the biggest issues of driving in the countryside is that closing speed. Well, there's the first I've seen in the time of visiting Bristol in a car and on foot. See many people cycle up Park Street. I always wonder what it's like. It's not as bad as it looks, to be honest. Okay, so last car I overtook, kind of a bit of a standstill, but again, it's not a problem. And again, more cycle infrastructure to put me at the front. No thank you. There's no point repassing that van and that car. So there we go. I'm just going to get across because I want to be in the right hand lane. Again, I'm going to not use cycle infrastructure. 2 cars back, car away, pulling away. Okay. Conscious of where these guys are going to go. Left, check right, check left. White car behind. We'll go right. We're moving over. Pick up my pace, get around this corner. Again, right in prime. Gonna go off the left. Car behind. Oh, no, car behind's going around, so. For now, I'm going to stay in a prime position because there's nothing behind. And again, just going to sit behind the vans, so I'm not constantly passing, repassing, passing, repassing. I personally, unless it's really jammed, want those guys to get on and make the progress, rather than having to pass one cyclist after another, after another, after another. Check for the car turn in. We've left a little bit just in case. One thing to do as well, as much as you make eye contact, is actually watch the wheels where they rotate. It's easier to spot movement against the wheel arch. So yeah, and also the wheels will tell you. I should let this guy go on first then, really. Never mind. Yeah, wheel direction, which I should have spotted on that van. Okay, he's holding back. Oh. Check for the crossing. Somebody come onto it. So yeah, he's gone anyway. Just going to take a prime position. Traffic's not really moving much in front. There's someone on the crossing. Then gone. Across. Right, cars are moving slowly, so I'm going to go over. Splash lane, careful. Taxi driver's doors. Yeah. Just looking at hands in wing mirrors, seeing what they're doing. One was reading something. Conscious of where the car's going because there's a car stopped, put it in nicely behind. Okay, so traffic's pretty slow moving. I'm going to move over, and it is a pinch point, but it's a wide pinch point. And as you can see, slow moving traffic, no problemo. So back to having my own bike lane. Woohoo! Nice. Conscious of taxi on the left. Yeah, fine. Just got to look out for more hazards in towns when you do ride in the countryside. And also peg your speed down. Yeah, on the right left, indicating, moving out a bit. Somebody in the car up here, so I'm going to move out. Car door open. Checking my mirror, go behind, watch out for the Mercedes on the right. There you go, he's out. He's passed safely. So the main difference is being able to, this car pulling out, just to let him go. I think he beat say hello and thank you, I don't know. Okay, he's turning right, car behind. Yeah, all good. Got someone stopped in the cycle lane. Just getting back into the van. Hopefully, I'm just going to soft pedal. Hopefully, he's going to pull off. There you go. A few seconds. Just let him get going. I'm going to go left, indicate, check, and back up on that cycle path. One of the things I find quite funny is specific one vlogger. He complains about how bumpy the cycle track is, or cycle path is. And I've just got to say one thing about anybody who complains about the conditions of the roads, and I'm not riding there, whatever it is if your skills aren't good enough to ride on a bit of tarmac with a little bit of rough stuff on a road bike, then I suggest you actually buy a different bike, different tyres, because at the end of the day, if your abilities can't handle that, then yeah, you shouldn't be on the road, not on that vehicle anyway. Alright, it's all chock-a-blocker here. I get a feeling we're at temporary traffic lights. And I think we're just going to, rather than filter, I'm just going to sit behind because these guys are going to go. Not knowing the road, I don't know how quickly that's going to change, but we're all moving off. Hopefully we'll just all go through. Again, if I knew the road, I knew where the best place was. So I'm now keeping up with the car in front. It says single file, which actually, there we go, just got through that light. So one vehicle behind, going to make sure I keep a strong position so he doesn't try and squeeze past. So he obviously went through on amber, at least. So he can just stay there while there's no space to overtake. And about 2-3 car lengths to the car in front that he's dropped back. I think he may have possibly gone for the overtake. So again, I know a lot of things you say about keeping up with the flow of traffic, but cars see a little gap in front, they are likely to take it, so just always be aware of what's going on. And again, another good reason to have a mirror, so you can just do what I'm doing now, is just keep glancing. That car's totally, well, way back now. Not going to close up too close, I'm going to slow my speed here. It looks like coming to a halt, and I'd rather just roll, so I'm letting a bit of a gap build up in front, and the traffic's starting to flow. So where I slowed, gone the red. Okay, so I'm just going to slot in nicely behind here in the flow of traffic. In fact, I'm going to say let this one car behind me go. There we go. Let that one car behind go, and then just sit in prime. Now, I'm pretty confident those lights, about 10 cars up, I'm going to make easy enough. And when these cars, as I keep reiterating, when these cars pull away, my speed will be relatively slow, because as they pull away, they've got to generate a little bit of a gap, and it's that generating a little bit of gap means that each following car pulls away slower and slower. So even slower cyclists, not saying I'm fast, certainly not as fast as I used to be when I used to race, but yeah, slower cyclists can get up to speed more without worrying so much about someone trying to pass. And again, pull away from prime, stay in prime. There you go, we're off. So, speed of the car in front, as you see, I can stop pedalling at times. So, central position. Don't need to pedal to keep up with traffic. So, again, you know, being in this flow of traffic like this, between lights, I don't know what the big fuss is. You know, if you don't filter to the front, you're not getting caught out by those faster accelerations or those motorbikes piling up at the front. You haven't got that great big empty space teasing that motorist behind to try and get away. And in fairness, you know, especially some of the vloggers who are pretty handy on a bike at laying down some power, I imagine some of these car drivers are going to be a bit caught out by the acceleration. Red light, so just ease off, stay in prime. There's a lane to my right if people want to go around the cyclist. So we're all going straight on. I'm not going to use the bike box, just going to stay behind this one car. I think that little section there, although it's busy traffic, it's only one car that went past. Yeah, so to a degree, the busier it is, the easier it can get, because the traffic gets slower and there's less space for people to pass you. But that's just my opinion. The downside is you got to look around for more hazards, people turning from different lanes, pulling out, pedestrians, other cyclists. So yeah, there's a bigger list of things to look out for, but it's at a much slower speed. So right, lights orange, green, and we're off. Okay, I was second in line there in the car this time. Managed to put quite a bit of gap between me and them, and in fact I'm just going to stop pedalling because the next set of lights is red. So I'm actually behind one other car, because the car that just passed me has gone there, but it's no problem. Again, there's no point rushing between lights, because all we're doing is doing exactly the same as the cars. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And yeah, I'm getting a queue of traffic behind me. In slower moving traffic, I'd filter closer to the front, but here, it's not much point. So, lights have gone green. And so, just to give you an idea of how long it takes before we get to a pull away now. So, that's quite a bit of a pull away difference. And a little bit of effort and keeping up with the car in front, whereas the other cars have gone a fair distance up the road. So hopefully this car will go past now. So yeah, all these other vehicles going past. Got a bus coming. He was waiting patiently behind. Maybe he's going to serve that bus stop. Yeah, thank you. Put my hand up. Say thank you to the bus driver. It's a pretty wide road, so I'm just going to ride secondary and monitor the space I'm giving. Guys catching me up. Let's go for a blast. Couldn't lose him. Interestingly, in my effort to have a little blast, I didn't notice that other car coming a bit closer than I'd like. Car behind, just consciously watching, let this car go first, now pull out. Centre of traffic. So where are we going to go? Yeah, conscious car on the left, car behind falling in. Just go left, indicate. Going to take the cycle track a minute, let the car behind go past. Roadworks, I'm going to indicate out. Lovely, thank you. Have you seen a nice Audi driver? Nice Audi driver. Let me out. Indicated plenty of time looking, and yeah, off we go. And I'm riding quite within myself because the traffic ahead slowed. It's picking up, so let's get me speed up again. Again, conscious car behind. Also conscious. The car behind was very kind to let me pass, let me out from the side of the road. So, in a minute, just going to make sure. There you go. Come on, love. Off you go. Sorry to call you love. Bit sexist. A little bit of a blip on the power and passed. And I think that's quite a good example about sharing the road. Forward planning as well. I'd seen that the cycle path ahead of me was closed and I was in the cycle path and I wanted to pull out, and I'm sure Sean, who does have his valid points, and sometimes in my opinion he does not, but we're all, we're all entitled to our points of view, so now we're going to knock the guy for actually having a point of view. Come on, green, there we go. Yeah, so good example. I indicated, got that out. Nice Audi driver, nice Audi. And yeah, I was then looking ahead, and like I am now. So I got looks like some sort of scaffolding lorry behind, and the road ahead of me is clear. I looked ahead to get them past. So I'm going to go over left. I'm going to wave the guy past because there's plenty of space. So get him on the power nice and early. There you go, it's past and in front of me. And I have no idea where we're going, but it's all new roads to me. Just to have to use what I call JSNAV to get myself home. So on the signs that I'm looking for. Gate, Parkway, Stoke Gifford. Gate, let's go towards Gate. So, centre of my lane. Don't need the filter. 1, 2, 3 vehicles in front. That around about. In fact, I think there's a cycle path over the right hand side. So, I might get up over on that. This is a bit silly, being on this dual carriageway. There's a cycle path over there. Oh, I've got a car right behind. So there is actually a cycle path the other side of the road. Oh, that's quiet, stop it. Again, if I had local knowledge, I would be over in there. And in fairness, I wouldn't be surprised if I got shouted at being here. Right, there's a perfectly good cycle path over there. Right, now it's going to be clear behind. Pick up this cycle path because, to be honest, it's a lot safer than the road. Where does this go? Patchway, there you go. Let's go down this way. So, yeah, maybe I should have been on that cycle path, but again, lack of knowledge. And now put me on a little cycle path, very, very quiet road. So yeah, maybe some of you guys need to rethink your routes and maybe go a little bit out of your way to get a more enjoyable ride. I don't know where you live, don't know where you're commuting from and to, but personally, even in the countryside where I live, I pick and choose which roads I ride. Nothing more to make them more enjoyable. You know, and cycle because I enjoy cycling, and the idea of being constantly in traffic just doesn't make any sense. Concord Way. There we go, good old Bristol. Let's go that way. Obviously Concord, Bristol being the home of Concord. Right, so far I don't know what I've been cycling, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Only had one real problem on the roads, and in fairness, at that point it was me who wasn't paying attention to what was going on. So yeah, my interactions with buses so far have been good. Got a car behind, he's going to pull back, went to go, then he seen there was a car in front, so I'm going to ride in prime. There's another car coming, so he's just going to have to wait. There we go, and off he goes. So if I was put a video up, what would that have been? A failed musket in front? Yeah, but the thing is, he's starting that overtake from quite a way back. Watch the car on the left. He's starting that overtake from quite a way back. So even before he actually hits the acceleration, that's when he's making that decision. So his view of the road wasn't as far ahead as I was, and when he seen something that was coming, he stopped. You know, perfectly good, sensible driving. You know, you go to overtake, oh no, something's appeared, I can't make it, I'll go. It's quite pretty around here, nice looking pub. Ooh, 10 for a pint. Best not. Right, gotta get home and get the kids. Oh, I was tempted. Okay, so it looks like my cycle path is here. Right, there we go, so keeping me off the roads. Thank you. Let's have a quick look, see where Bristol Parkway, Filton. Oh, where do I want to go? Well, it's definitely a bit of a magical mystery tour. I think the only thing that's made this ride difficult, it's not the traffic, it's more my lack of cycling knowledge around Bristol, and you know, it's been me who's been getting it all wrong because I have no idea of what the routes are and going on. Bradley Stoke Winterbourne. Okay. Winterbourne, I'm guessing, is where Winterbourne View was. It's a scandal hit care home which was rightly closed down and people prosecuted for abusing individuals with learning difficulties and mental health needs, which is another thing to actually consider when you're out cycling. Is I think we judge or expect people around us to behave in a manner how we expect ourselves, but there are a lot of different people in the world, a lot of different views, and they don't always conform to society, and they don't always, certainly don't fit with our own rigid thinking. Yeah, I can't just let this car go past. Oh mate, it's quiet. Having ahead, probably totally shocked that a cyclist pulled over and let him past. Probably was not expecting that. It's quite nice around here. Yeah, so just got to be aware that people are different, got different stresses and strains going on at any particular day, and you know, hands up, I've not always been the best driver on the road, and yeah, our emotions can play a part. So that's why I advocate keeping yourself safe, because that's ultimately, it's the only person you can actually do it.